morning, everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity. As usual, I hope everyone has a fabulous day today. And I'm up with my Eiffel Store design team haul. So, first of all, I'm just going to go straight into the background dies that he sent me. I have made and cut a few samples, but for the rest of the week, it's all going to be creations from this stack of dies. Right, first in. I do have my ruler. I'm going to measure these because they are all exactly the same size, these background dies that he sent, and they are 4.5 inches square. Right. Now, don't forget with things like this, obviously it's great to make 5x5 cards. It's a beautiful size, nice and easy to post and create and whatnot. But if you're using slimline dies, you can absolutely cut a couple of these, take one edge off, glue all of your bits here, drop some glue on, pop it down onto your long slimline card, and then trim them, and you've got a whole panel that will go along a slimline card. And they're also great for stencils. I mean, this one here, very watery. I'll do a close-up. It's going to make a really nice card for popping fish and mermaids in those gaps there. So I really love that one. Next up is foliage. Isn't that awesome? I mean, you can just cut that, ink it, and just cover it all with flowers. And then we've got geometrics, another great one for stenciling through as well. Can be used very masculine, or you can just fill those circles with a rainbow of stripes. Wonderful. And then this one, I actually have a set of dies that I think I purchased last year that are Christmas ornaments that kind of like balloon out in that kind of like 3D effect shape. If you've got those, this would be a great background to put them onto. And it's very kind of Chinese, Japanese lantern, and it is very Christmassy. I think I did my card cut in gold last year. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love that one. And then we get to small dots. Very nice, these, once again, to go onto slim lines, cut them apart, pop them little bits on a tag, just layer them up. And then we've got this large one. Now, it's probably better to show it that way around, because imagine all the bold area there is your cardstock, and then you've got all of those gorgeous spaces. Once again, another great multi-purpose for stenciling. And then we've got a stripe circle. That's another great one. It can be oceans and it can be journal pages. You can do tags. As I said, just cut the whole thing, pop your glue down where you need it, pop it onto your tag or your slimline card, press it down, let it dry, and then just trim. Another great one. That's how would you describe that? It's like a very close-up vein of leaves. So cut in a couple of colours or cut in many colours. Just gorgeous again. And another gorgeous one to stencil through. All of these do cut, but I'm going to do some paper cuts for you tomorrow. And then you've got the smaller version of that large one down there that I just showed you. Really lovely. I mean, with all of the dies that you've got, you can just, you know, trim one end off, cut two of them, and you've got a great topper for your slimline cards. That just reminds me of houndstooth, and it probably is. So, you know, if you cut that in pink and black, and you've got your Paris dies, your Eiffel Tower, your poodles, you know, your very elegant ladies walking their dogs in hats, that's a great background die. Cut in pink and gold would be nice too. And then lots of dots. Dots are good. I mean, if you, somebody who uses Dollar Tree foam board, and I do, when you put something like that down, you end up with lots of lovely dots that you can colour in, pop your UV resin on, and you've got sort of lots of little embellishments that you can use as well. But that's just another fabulous die. And then this one is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you could use that on the 4th of July. You could use it with lots of your little bits of scrapbook paper that you've got left, and you can make yourself a patchwork quilt Once again, it's one of those that you can cut to, lay it across a slimline card, and then just trim it. And then this one, this is all seasons. You can just see this cut 3 times. Cut it in a brown or a chocolate coloured cardstock, and then cut it a couple of times in yellow. Piece all the petals back in, and then pop your other ones on top, but curl them up and over. So you've got a 3-dimensional flower. You can pop some chocolate coloured glitter or something in the middle, or just a piece of brown cardstock, punch a circle, and you've got a 3-dimensional sunflower die, chrysanthemum, daisy. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that. So those are the background dies. Right, now we get into character dies, and these have to be made up for me to, you know, show them properly. So I'm going to do these tomorrow. That is a reindeer in a Santa hat, penguin in a Santa hat. This one is a reindeer. Yeah, I can see the horns, and then it's just one of those facial dies, you know, like the unicorns. And then there's holly, and there's berry, and you've got the little inner parts of the ears. So I'll just grab those off my stack right now and put them to one side and do those tomorrow. And then we have a little deer, beautiful, done in watercolour, got its own little Santa hat and swag there with stars, berries and bow. We've got a rather sort of like roly-poly, cuddly Santa on top of his deer. He's very rounded, quite cartoony. And then we have a gorgeous looking cat in a Santa hat. That one's quite cheeky. In fact, I'll put that on the pile as well and try and sneak that one in. And then you've got a fireplace with its little stockings. You've got the, what's that called on the fireplace that stops your fire and your grill stuff from, is it a fire grill? It might be. Somebody tell me. And you've got gifts to stack up in front of the fireplace or on top of it. Just absolutely gorgeous. Isn't that nice? Really detailed. And then we have a cup with leaves and candy canes. We've got star anise and berries. Really nice. Watercolour one again, I think. And then this one, which is a Christmas cookie and a bow, foliage again, 2 sizes of candy canes, berries, and I think that's star anise again. And then we go where a lot of the sellers seem to be going this year, and that is we're going to the land of gingerbread. Yep, I'm just going to drag a few out. There may be more in here. That is a gingerbread house. You can see the panel there at the back. You've got the door, you've got the cookies that go on there, the candies, you've got this snowy roof, the snowy peak that goes on top of the chimney. I absolutely love making gingerbread items. Another gingerbread house. That one has got, I think that's a cupcake chimney top that goes on there, or it's cupcakes that sit either side of the door. But I love to do cupcakes too. Another gingerbread one, very folk art with lots of hearts and lots of icing on the roof. And another gingerbread one that has the sort of like waffle sections here that you can cut out, place around the door. You've got the wavy edge, you've got a heart on the door, and you've got all that lovely drippy icing and the candy canes there. Also a nice little heart. And then I've got some lacy dies, and the first one, get it the right way around, is Santa going across the moon, and you've got all those parts there. So I'm going to go for that one on Friday, I think. And then there's that Christmas bauble that can just lie on its side, and you've got your reindeer. This section here, you could cut an image, a Christmas image, and pop that there. And you can also thread it up with some twine to pop it onto your card. And I'll do that one tomorrow, so I'll remember to do those measurements. And then I have, and I've lost one of them, here we go, the snowflakes. I have used these today in a project to show you. These are absolutely gorgeous, and I will measure them. I'm going to grab my ruler. This one is almost 3¼ inches across, and this one is 3 inches across. But aren't they lovely? I do love snowflakes. And then next up we have an igloo. If you've got polar bear stamps or anything like that, be absolutely fabulous. And there you've got your own iceberg or chunk of ice, and the size of that is 4 inches. And then we've got some people celebrating the new year. You've got 2021 there, or you can do this as your Christmas card for next year, because you've also got a tiny little snowman. You've got your flags where you can make your swag with 2021, and all those people. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we've got lots of little icons. Little icon dies a lot of the time are my favourites, because you can just cut them up and you can put them onto tiny little tags. You can have them as bag toppers, rosette toppers. You can put them on paper clips. There you've got little embossing snowflakes, gifts. You've got reindeers. You've got snowmen. You've got teeny tiny little Santa hats. And these make headbands, so you can pop whatever on. And those bits there will go on this one here to make a pair of earmuffs. So if you're scrapbooking and you've got photographs and you want to put someone in a headband, it's perfect. And then this one, all year round, little Christmas packages, but birthday as well. Tiny little icons once again, and I will be making that up. This one is another lovely one. You can just ink up your paper, you can splatter it with some white paint, you can die cut it with this, and then you've got your Santa flying across a moon or across a night sky, and then you can pop this back in either in white or in pale yellow, because that's usually how the moon reflects. And then you can put your trees in below, because it will cut that scape for you. Cut a circle and then pop it on. Or you don't even have to do that. You can actually pop that onto a rectangle card. So I'm going to move that one over to my pile, and I'll try for that tomorrow as well. And then 4½ inches again. We're going back to a couple of background dies, and we've got that loopy one. I love that. That's a great springtime one. It looks almost like a big water splash. If you're somebody who likes to do farm dies, this is an awesome one, because it looks like chicken wire. So you can have your tractors and your chickens and all your springtime stuff going on with that. Once again, you can use it on a slim line. And then that's another great one. It looks almost like a golf ball. So for me, that's quite a masculine kind of background die. Right, now what did I get up to? I've done some cuts with this one that I'm going to show you. And this is the holly die. This is absolutely gorgeous. Just leave the whole thing connected. Just snip the berries off. And how easy is that? I mean, you can cut it in pink and gold. You can have your traditional green and red like I've done here. But it's just wonderful. You can just pop a little piece on the end of sentiment. Whatever it is that you fancy doing. And you do get, what is that, 5 different ones. And you get a big cluster of berries. I do a close-up on that because all of the berries come connected together. If you want to get your white gel pen in there, you've got all your little pop marks there where you can do your highlights to get some light into them. Absolutely love that. And then I've done this one, which I absolutely love. And this is a set of 9 icon dies. You've got the gingerbread, the tree, the house, the bell, the stocking. You've got the star. These are all supposed to be like cookie shapes, which is why they've got that lovely edge. But I just thought that they would look awesome cut in golds. I just absolutely love those. On top of paper clips again, they're just going to look fabulous. So I've lost one all the way back there. And I did make a couple of little rosettes just to show you. There, isn't that sweet? Ooh, can reflect in my camera. Look at the detail. Just really, really cute. And there is my little Santa. Not Santa, my gingerbread man. And I popped the candy cane on there as well. But look at the detail. See how close we can go. Just absolutely adorable. Just love it. So that is that set. And then I was sent a set of Santa hats, and I'm actually doing a card for tomorrow with these, but I left them all connected and just put them down on white cardstock and on red cardstock, and then just layered them up, because you get the separate little bands for the hat and the little pom-poms for the hat. But I wanted to show you them in white, because if you do a slimline card, for example, and just printed out Bar Humbug, that looks just like Scrooge's hat. So you could have, you know, quite a snarky, humorous Christmas card and just Bar Humbug across the front and pop that on top of the sentiment at the end, so that people are thinking of Dickens' Scrooge. These can also be little nightcaps on owls. Don't just have to be Christmas hats. But this is one of my favourites. I love it. Once again, you can pop these onto paper clips. You can take any stamp. For example, I think I've got one here that I've cut out. Let me grab this. Oh, and here's a set of stamps which are totally not related to Christmas. But imagine somebody likes retro cars, and you can just pop a little hat on there, you know, and instantly it becomes Christmas. Somebody might be heavily into space, and you can stick a Christmas hat on there, you know. Or this little boy eating cake has that, you know. I think that looks awesome, actually. But these little hats are absolutely gorgeous. Right. So let me pop that one back, because I'm going to be making a card with those that I've cut out. And next up is the doily die. This one is my design, and I'll measure that for you. And that is 4.5 inches across. So that's a lovely big size, can be cut apart, cut in half, whatever it is you want to do. And I just made a very quick easel die, and I used one of my little stars there so that it would stand up. Easel dies are really easy to make. I'll show you the back of that. There you go. It's just circles. And there you can see I've used the snowflakes that he sent me. That cardstock there at the back, that's from that North Pole pad from Hobby Lobby. And some of those bling stones from BB Craft. But a very, very quick easel card. But of course, that doily can be used at any time of the year with your little tea sets or popping flowers onto. Right, so I hope you enjoyed that little design team haul today. And as I said, I'm going to try and make as much as I can for tomorrow and also for Friday. So you have an awesome day. As usual, all links below. Bye.